How are you, everybody? Buenas noches. This is From the Field. I'm Carlos Montero. We have half an hour in front of us to talk about today's beautiful game of football. Let's start, like we always do, with the headlines. The show must go on. Brazil returns to the pitch without Neymar. Save the Auswärtschain for later. Germany tie against Spain and stay in the race to qualify for the round of 16. Canelo wants to knock out Messi after video circulates on Twitter of the Argentine supposedly stepping on the Mexican jersey. Today we are in front of Stadium 974, stadium made with containers, 974 containers to be exactly. Right now they are playing Switzerland against Brazil. They are going in halftime. You can hear the music behind me, and so far the score is 0-0. Now some of the national team, they know they cannot make it to the second round, to the round of the knockout, and Canada was one of those teams that are going back after the third match. Let's see what's going on with Canada and the rest of the team. They are playing, to save their life if they want to stay here. The Croatia fans celebrated while the Canadians watched quietly as their team lost 1-4 and ended its hope of reaching the tournament's knockout round. By the end of the day, all the 32 teams will have played 2 matches, and we will start know who stays and who goes home. Germany stay alive after Niklas Füllkrug's late strike was enough to salvage a point against Spain, and qualification from Group E goes down to the wire. While far away from Doha, Wales and England football fans who did not travel to Qatar for the restriction on buying alcohol threw punches and chairs at each other at a party strip in Tenerife. Take it easy, guys. This is only football, a beautiful game. You are going to see some people behind me leaving the stadium. It's not because it's not a fine game, Switzerland and Brazil. It's because they are going to another game. Tonight is playing also Uruguay against Portugal. So those people here, everything is so close. That's the first time in history of the World Cup that people can see 3, even 4 matches in a day if they want. So they're going to the Portugal and Uruguay game. But now let's go with Charlie Montero, who has the 5 stories, the 5 news that you have to know about Qatar 2022 of today.
Iran wants US kicked out of the World Cup after it changed the flag on social media to support protesters. The North American Federation had temporarily displayed Iran's national flag on its official Twitter account without the emblem of the Islamic Republic. Iran state media reported that the United States should be immediately kicked out of the tournament and suspended for 10 games for a distorted image of the country's flag. Morocco's 3rd ever World Cup victory came with controversy. In the stadium, Moroccan fans displayed a large Free Palestine banner and the match against Belgium. The gesture is in support of the Palestine cause. Meanwhile, riots broke out in several Belgium and Dutch cities after the historic victory. Morocco fans have been filmed ripping up the streets of the Belgian capital Brussels in violent celebrations. Gilberto Gil was verbally abused by Bolsonaro supporters in Qatar. Images shared on social media show the musician and former Minister of Culture Lula da Silva, accompanied by his wife, Flora Gil, being approached by supporters who shouted and insulted him. Several public figures in Brazil showed solidarity with the famous singer. Canelo Alvarez threatened Messi over allegedly wiping the floor with a Mexican jersey at their World Cup win. A video surfaced online of the Argentine locker room after the win, and Messi can be seen kicking what looks like a Mexican World Cup jersey on the floor in front of him. In response, the Mexican boxer tweeted that Messi should pray to God that we don't cross paths. And in a roller coaster of emotions, in the same day Canada scored the first ever World Cup goal, they also got eliminated from football's greatest tournament. The goal was scored by Alphonso Davies, just 68 seconds into the game.
Thank you, Charlie. He's going to stay with us later in the show. Before we start today, from the field, I have a chance to watch the first half of Brazil-Switzerland, and it looks to me that they miss Neymar. Neymar is not going to play until the round of the knockout in the round of 16, and Brazil looks lost. So far, he couldn't score against Switzerland. The game is going. They just started the second half, and they're going 0-0. Let's see why Neymar is so important for this Brazilian team who's looking to get a new World Cup to take it home.
It looks like a deja vu for Neymar and Brazil. In the FIFA World Cup hosted by them in 2014, in the quarterfinals games against Colombia, Juan Camilo Zúñiga clashed his knee against the back of the former Barcelona player, and he had to go out of the World Cup for that. Even, it was in danger his capacity to move the legs because of the injury. In the next game, in the semifinals, Brazil suffered one of the most painful defeats of their history against Germany, losing 1-7. The next two games for Brazil are versus Switzerland and Cameroon, and Neymar is confirmed that will be out, on his presence in an hypothetical round of 16 is in doubt. The Brazilian striker showed up in his Instagram profile a picture of his ankle, and it not looks very well. This time, Brazil lost Neymar again, but the team led by Tite has a lot of great players in their best state of form in many years. It is time for Vinicius. It is time for Richarlison, Vinicius, Rafinha, Gabriel Jesus, and other young players that not has to show up for their country and the dream to win the 6th star for Brazil.
So far, no Neymar, no goals from Brazil, 0-0 against Switzerland. Now let's go to see how much you know about this beautiful game of football. We have a question every night, and today the question, the trivia of today, you know, Portugal and Uruguay are playing later tonight, and we want to know, to see if you know, if Portugal and Uruguay face each other in the last World Cup, how was the result? When did they meet, those two teams? 1998, Portugal 2-1, 2014, Uruguay 4-1, or 2018, Uruguay 2-0. Before the end of today's shows, we will answer your trivia of the day. Now we take a short break, and we'll be right back with much more information here in Doha, Qatar.
Guys, how are you doing? Like Brazilian guys here, like having a lot of fun in Qatar a bit.
Yes,
with
and
the
the shake and the beach. Man, the World Cup is awesome, and this trophy go to our home.
We're gonna bring back.
We love from the field.
We love from the field, guys. We love from the
We
field.
love from the field.
Take care.
Take care.
This is Carlos Montero from the field. I don't know if you have a chance to watch the first two matches of the day. If you didn't, you missed two great games. Two African teams, they did great today. The first match of the day at 1 o'clock local time, Cameroon and Serbia, they tied in 3 goals. They scored 4 goals in only 10 minutes. It was a fantastic game. And then the second match of the day is at 4 o'clock local time. I think it was one of the best matches of this tournament so far. South Korea 2, Ghana 3. Ghana is having a great World Cup. The first match they lost against Portugal 3-2, but it was also a close game. South Korea plays a fantastic game. They were close to tie, but the African team took the 3 points home. So important for them if they want to go to the second round. But Cameroon and Ghana, they have wonderful players. They are great national teams. Let's see this story about them.
Among the stars of Cameroon is the German-Cameroonian Jan-Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, Bayern Munich striker and former PSG, a player with an outstanding career that includes 2 World Cups with the Cameroonian national team, South Africa 2010 and Brazil 2014, with a total of 18 goals in 68 games representing the country. As for his performance at club level, most of his career was spent in German clubs, except for his time with Stoke City, England and PSG France, just before the arrival of Messi. He is a key player for Cameroon, although his offense determined the qualification and continues to be decisive for the team's progress in the World Cup. Ghana has signed one of the most promising players of contemporary soccer, the Spanish-Ghanaian player Iñaki Williams, who made his debut in this World Cup one day after his brother Nico did it in the Spanish national team. In this first match, the Athletic Club striker was started playing the whole game and was even decisive for the tie at the end. Thus, in the current season of the Spanish League, Iñaki has played 14 games, which has allowed them to accumulate a total of 14 shots on goal, from 29 shots and 5 goals scored, being a key figure for the Ghanaian selection in Qatar.
Who do you think is going to win the next match of the night, Portugal or Uruguay? Charlie Montero went to the Doha downtown. I asked some Portuguese fans, some Uruguayan fans, and that's what they told him.
Hi, Carlos. That's right. We're here in the Souk Waqif Marketplace, a traditional marketplace here in Doha, and we're living the pre-game of the game between Uruguay and Portugal. Here we're with 3 friends from Uruguay that want to know, how do you guys see the game tonight?
I think it's going to be a tough game, but we have all the confidence in the world.
You guys are not worried about Ronaldo?
Who is Ronaldo?
That's right. Who is Ronaldo? That's the right question.
No, he's old. No worries. We kicked them out 4 years ago. We'll kick them out again.
You guys will repeat the game against in Russia?
We hope so. I mean, our players got a little old as well, but we're good. We're good.
Who will be the man of the match for Uruguay?
Valverde.
Two goals. Yes. 2 goals.
1 goal Cavani. Yeah, absolutely.
And you have a termo de Uruguay, the Nacional de Luis Suarez.
No, Nacional no. Mate. Uruguayan mate.
Luis Suarez, you guys don't like Luis Suarez?
No, we like.
Of course we do. Yeah.
Okay, and to end the interview, can I get a Vamos Uruguay o volveremos?
Volveremos otra vez. Volveremos a ser campeones como la primera vez. Arriba Venezuela.
There you have it, Carlos. Uruguay is going to play against Portugal in just a few hours. I'll see you in the studio.
I'm sure Portugal and Uruguay is going to be a great match. Let's do a short break, but before, I want to thank you because you are following us on social media. We have a baby account. We started from the field like 8-9 days ago, and so far we have a few followers, and you retweet and you like our tweet. We are working hard for you to get informed of what's going on here in Qatar. From the field. We'll be right back with more information.
There's a little human side to Canelo. So let's
This is Carlos Montero from the field. We are in front of Stadium 974, where they're playing right now Switzerland and Brazil. Brazil trying, but so far with no Neymar, no goals. Let's talk about Canada. Canada did a great qualification, finished first in this group, but yesterday got a great news and a bad news. The great news, they scored the first goal in their histories of the World Cup. The bad news, they lost against Croatia and they don't have a chance to go on to the next round. The guy who scored the goal, Alphonso Davies, maybe you know him, maybe you don't, it's amazing story. He was born in a refugee camp in Ghana. His parents, they were fleeing the civil war in Liberia. And I want you to know his story because it's really amazing. You are going to really like it.
The great players are destined to great moments. It looks obvious, but football shows us all the time that it's something more. The talent is always outstanding. Alphonso Davies was born November 2nd of 2000 in a refugee camp in Buduburan, Ghana. His parents ran away from civil war in Liberia, and 5 years later they moved to Canada. Davies always dreamed about being a footballer and decided to play for Canada because it was the country where he formed as one. In 2017, he became the second youngest player to make a debut in Major League Soccer of the United States, and 2 years later, Bayern Munich signed him. In the 2019-2020 season, he won 6 titles with Bayern Munich, including the Champions League, being a key player on the German team. But Davies was destined to make history also with Canada. In the first match of this World Cup against Belgium, he missed a penalty shot, and he showed so much resilience that in the second game, he scored with a header in the second minute against the current runner-up of the world. This way, he became the first scorer for the North American team. Football, again, was the mobile to accomplish objectives and change lives.
Let's see now who is the fan of the day. What Charlie Montero told me, the fan is not from any of the 32 national teams that are playing in this World Cup, Qatar 2022. Who is that? Let's see it.
Hello, Carlos. Yesterday in the game of Morocco, there was some flags supporting Palestine. And here, walking through Souakif, we also find some more Palestine flags. Here, I want to talk with some fans who are wearing these flags.
Hello, how's it going?
You guys are here to support Palestine?
For sure. It's our things, you know. It's our country. It's our history. It's our everything. So all Arabs support Palestine for sure. For sure, my friend, for sure. And we know Cuba support Palestine, and we love Cuba for sure. This as well.
Do you feel
it's so special because everybody here loves Palestine.
Also, you guys feel there's a lot of support here for you guys?
For so supportive, yeah. And we're not, yeah. So we feel we're there, you know. So we're so excited, yeah. And even Cuban support us, so that's great. We feel our country here, you know. And we love to say thanks for Qatar for the amazing way they make it like a piece. You can do whatever you want, you can wear whatever you want. There is no like, you know. For sure, this year is the best World Cup, yeah, for sure.
This is the best World Cup for you guys.
For sure, yeah. So special. You can like watch multiple games per day. Yes. Yeah, never before. This was never before. First time like this.
And do you guys like Qatar? You feel comfortable here?
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, yes. Great. The atmosphere is great. We feel so welcomed.
Okay, and to go back from the field, would you guys like to send a message to our audience?
Yes. You Cuban, right? Yes? South America, yeah. So we love you guys. We love who support our Palestine and history, and you guys know what's going on. So it's simple. We can't say more than this, but you know exactly, and we see that in Cuba more.
Yeah,
we love you, Cuban.
And actually, we would like to ask the Cuban people to pray for Palestine and support us even with your hearts. Okay. Thank you.
بالاخر انا ببعت سلامات للحجه الغاليه بحكي لها تدير بالها وخلص السلام عليكم.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It wasn't easy, but Brazil finally scored a goal, 1-0 against Switzerland. But let's go now to the trivia of the day to see how much you know about football. We ask you, Portugal and Uruguay face each other in the last World Cup. How was the result? 1998, Portugal 2-1, 2014, Uruguay 4-1, or 2018, Uruguay 2-0. Let's see the answer.
On June 30 of 2018, during the round of 16 of the FIFA World Cup celebrated in Russia, Portugal faced Uruguay for the pass to the quarterfinals. That match was decided by a brace scored by Edinson Cavani. The killer of Uruguay put his team ahead in the 7th minute of the game with a header. 10 minutes after began the second half, Pepe put the equalizer also with a header, but automatically in the next play, Cavani shot from the left side, putting the ball far away from Rui Patricio's reach to give the victory to Uruguayan team.
Okay, let's keep going with the social media stuff. We have another question. We are talking about Ghana, who has such a great game today, beating South Korea 3-2. And the question we ask you here in From the Field is a poll of the day. When did Ghana team reach the semifinals in the World Cup? 1994, 2014, or 2010? The answer is the last one, 2010. I like the VAR, but it makes the games, the sport very slow. Brazil scored, the referee went to the VAR said no way, no goal, so that Brazil, Switzerland right now, they are going 0-0. Tomorrow we are going to have another great day of football. It's the Group A, B again, playing the last matches of the first of Group A and B play tomorrow. Let's see what kind of matches do we have.
In Group A, the Netherlands will face Qatar, and all predictions are for the European team to win. However, the field will have the last word. On the other hand, Senegal and Ecuador will face each other for one of the tickets to the round of 16. A draw is enough for the Ecuadorian team to advance. However, the current African champions need to win to go through. The first place of the group will face the second place of Group B, and the second place will face the first. The other group is still undefined. In Group B, England will face Wales, and a draw is enough for the Three Lions to be in the next round. However, for the Dragons it's a kill or death game, and only a win for more than 2 goals put them in, and later they will have to wait for a draw between Iran and United States. These two both need a win to qualify for the next stage. The first of the group will face the second of the A, and the second will clash with the first. Also, that group is not defined yet.
The day is not over. Portugal, Uruguay, next match. We are going to have all the information on social media. Please follow us at the field. Thank you very much for being with us during this half an hour. This is Carlos Montero from Qatar, Doha. Have a wonderful evening. Buenas noches, amigos.